Hello boys, so this video is going to be super useful. I think like probably as useful, if not like it probably might be the most important video you watch when it comes down to ecom and drop shipping, because like a lot of people when they're testing or even when they're struggling to scale, like it's not a product problem, it's an offer problem. And like everyone's heard of Alex Hormozi's book, like £100 million offers, but I think although that book is like super useful to understand offers, like it's very agency focused, or like services based focus. It's not focused towards like white labeling products, and that's essentially what drop shipping is. And like also a lot of it, like a lot of offers, like people you see, like people will take inspiration from big brands. They'll look at like 8-9 figure brands. I mean, it is £100 million offers. Yeah, they'll look at 8-9 figure brands and I think that's their offer, but they have completely different unit economics to what you're operating at. Like a lot of these big brands that you look at and you take inspiration from, they're not profitable on the first purchase. Like their offer is structured for lifetime value, not first acquisition value. And like yeah, the unit economics are just completely different to acquire customers. And like it's only brief, like you can see I've got so much information here on cold friendly offers, which is what we're going to be talking about today. All the features basically you can add into your offers to be as profitable as possible from first acquisition. And why this is important, because you can basically outbid all your competitors and beat everyone who's trying to sell the same product as you with a better offer. But to do that, we need to understand first the problem, which is what you're doing right now. Say like you've read £100 million offers, you're looking at big brands right now, and this is actually something I implemented with a guy that I've coached pretty recently. Like his creatives improved a lot, but like probably the thing that moved the needle for the most was his offer. Like we almost like doubled his gross margin. And by doing that, like you just have so much more room to scale because you can spend so much more to acquire a customer. And before he sort of done this, like people will look at big brands, like I've taken Space Goods for an example, and you can see that they're basically set up for like a lifetime value friendly offer. So what is this? This is an offer which is going to maximize customer lifetime value over like a 90-day window or a 6-month window or a 12-month window, or sometimes even a 3-year window. Like different brands will have different like forecasting models about when they plan to basically like be paid back from the cost of acquisition. So they can afford to basically for their AOV to be lower than their CAC, which is their cost per acquisition, like how much they're paying for a CPA, a cost per acquisition, plus the like cost of goods from their first order. And yeah, like most of the brands which you're trying to take inspiration off, they're running at break even or like maybe even a loss on first acquisition, because they can make the profit up on future sales. Like you see Space Goods on their like lander, which they send all their traffic to, like they're pushing this subscription so hard. They're pushing the subscription, it's £10 cheaper than a one-time purchase, and you get all of these free gifts. You get a spoon, mug, whisk, and ClassPass for a week, because they know if people subscribe versus paying one time, like they're going to get 4, 5, 6 purchases out of them, and they're going to put their AOV up to like £150, £180 versus just the £40 here. Okay, and what this does is like it gives them so much more gross margin to scale and run ads, because like you can hit your ads with so many more people. If say like you want to make a 30% margin on the year, and yeah, like your lifetime value of a year is £180, like probably poor maths off my head, what's 18 times 3, it's what 46. So they could probably run at like £134 cost like CPA to be profitable if that was their like yearly like LTV. Whereas if you're drop shipping, you're not going to do that. Like okay, yeah, you have some repeat customers, but like especially when you're starting off, it's so important for cash flow that you are profitable on first order. And this is why having a cold friendly offer is probably the most important thing in drop shipping. So yeah, what are cold friendly offers? Cold friendly offers are offers which are profitable on first acquisition. So this is where your AOV is greater than like how much you're paying for a customer and how much it's costing you to buy the product and ship it to the customer. The difference between this is your gross margin. And yeah, you want to have an offer set up where a cold audience on social media, on Meta, can see an ad or like multiple ads and buy, and you're still profitable on that first order. So yeah, first of all, you need to understand what is an offer, because you should all be running an offer. You don't just have like the product and think like, oh, like doesn't look branded. Like if you're starting off, like until you've done like, honestly, like I would say like $500,000, like multi six figures, like do not worry about this. Like you need to get cash flow, you need to get money in the bank. And the way to do that is to run an offer. And an offer is basically just what are you offering on your site. So what products do they get in exchange for which price? And you can run buy one get one free is a really good offer. Quantity breaks is a really good offer. You can also run like free gifts or like bundle it, like you just saw with Space Goods, how they're offering like free accessories which complement the product. And like before I show these different offers, which say their purpose is to boost up like first order average order value, and these are 3 like 9-figure, probably high 8-figure drop shipping stores, you need to understand why AOV is so important when it comes down to running your ads. So you want to use offers which get your AOV higher, and I'm sure you understand that, but like you don't understand how important it is, because if you're advertising on Meta, like it's a bidding platform, so you're bidding with other people running either similar solutions or like the same product. Like you're in an auction with them, like for that audience. So like the better quality audience you're bidding for, the higher CPMs you're going to pay on Meta. So like basically the higher your AOV is, like the more you can pay to acquire a customer, and the more you can pay to acquire a customer, the more you can pay to acquire a click. And you can outbid people, because if you think like if you have, like I just said with Space, because like £120 to acquire a customer, you can run so many more ads and hit so many more ads to that target audience. You can afford the higher CPMs, you can afford the higher cost per clicks, you can afford a higher acquisition cost, because your margin is so much higher and you can still be profitable on this. So how do these brands do this? So yeah, one example of an offer is buy one get one free. This is what Hey Shape do. They're like a massive shapewear brand. Probably done like over 500 mil. Like now they'll hold stock, but at the start, for people who like know ecom, like they were probably one of the like most well-known brands, and they started off drop shipping, like ripping a like also very well-known brand. And yeah, they're just running most of their ads to this collection page of bodysuits, and they're offering buy one get one free. So very simple, buy one get one free. Basically gets people in the habit of paying more, and also like your perceived value of the body of the bodysuits more, because like you're getting 2 for the same price. So rather than charging like £20 per bodysuit, because the cost of goods for this will be super cheap, it will be like £3-4 probably. So yeah, rather than like competing with the people who are just offering one product, they're offering a higher price but buy one get one free, because it gives them a bit bigger gross margin. Another offer which you could run would be quantity breaks. So this is what Bleem did to scale so well. You can see they have a 1-pack and a 2-pack. And the 2-pack you get like a bigger discount, basically like a bigger percentage discount on a 2-pack. They used to run a 3-pack as well, but clearly this offer's doing better for them, that's why they run it. And also if you order the 2-pack, not only do you save like a greater percentage discount, you also get free shipping and a free body scrub. So they're really incentivizing. This is sort of like a bundle as well, but like it was a great example of quantity breaks. And then the final like pretty most common type of offer you see is bundling with like free gifts. So I've got the example of Kitty Spout, and like yeah, they run like sort of like water fountains for your cat on the angle that like it's better for the cat's health to drink running water rather than still like stagnant water. And to do this, they like bundle in the filters which complement the water fountain. So like basically you're buying like the fountain, but also with like a certain amount of filters that come with it on first purchase to get that like average order value up. So you can see the 2-month version is £63, but the 6-month version with like all these filters is £90, and you get a bigger percentage saving with that. Okay, so they're bundling in all these filter kits to like keep the fountain and the water clean. So yeah, I just explained why that's important. So if all of these stores were just running the product, they were just running to one bodysuit, they were just like a product page of just one bodysuit, they were just running to a product page of one like hair exfoliator remover, or they were just running to the water fountain, their average order value is going to be so much lower than either bundling in these free gifts or giving like greater discounts if they buy higher quantities, or running buy one get one free. And this is basically pushing up their gross margin, and I'm going to show you now why that's so important, like with numbers and examples, so you can really understand this. So let's talk shapewear, because we've just gone over Hey Shape, and I just talked about that, like the buy one get one free versus buy one with the higher price. So yeah, if they just ran buy one to a £20 product page, so like you just run to a product page, you just for every like bodysuit you buy, it's just £20, and let's say the cost of goods is like £5 to buy the product on average and send it to the customer, you're going to end up with a £15 gross margin, and like that's not a lot to acquire a customer, especially on Meta now with CPMs going up every year. Like £15 to acquire a customer like does not give you a lot of room to run ads and be profitable on first order acquisition. Whereas if they ran like a 5-pack, so actually I'm pretty sure they're doing this now on a lot of their products. Like if I just click through to the product page, yeah, they're running buy 2 get 5 free, which is pretty insane. That just shows how cheap the cost of goods must be on this product. Let's say they ran a 5-pack, rather than a buy one for £20, they ran a 5-pack for £60. So what is £12 on average is cheaper per unit. But because they're buying more units, their COGS like might be £20 for this, because when you source from China, like a lot of the cost is actually the shipping. It's like the goods are so cheap in comparison, like the shipping takes up a lot of the cost. So to send like anything, you have like that fixed shipping cost. So yeah, their per unit cost comes down. £20 cost of goods with a £60 like offer will give you a £40 gross margin. So you've more than doubled your gross margin. And offer C would be buy 2 get one free. So for this they might charge £50, and say to like source 3 of the products, they can get it for £13 cost of goods. Like buy the product, ship it to the customer for £13. That'll give you a £37 gross margin. So both of these you can already see are way higher, gives you way more like marketing budget to play with and still be profitable. Or if you have the same CPA, you have a way higher margin. So then yeah, you can just scale your spend so much higher. And obviously CVR, like your conversion rate, comes into this, but like it's very rare that your conversion rate is going to like more than half to like lose this gross margin. It might drop like slightly, but you basically want to be tracking it to like see which of offer B or C would have the higher conversion rate, because that will likely be a winning offer. So if I was testing a product, or like I'm scaling and I want to find a better offer for that product, I would just write this out. Like I would write all the offers I can think of. If I want to run buy one get one free, I'd write out all these offers, like write out the unit economics, calculate what your gross would be for each, and then you can kind of get an idea of like which offers are going to give you a better gross margin. And just from your understanding of the market, you'll have seen which offers have worked well previously in that market as well. And yeah, you can run these. And like, how do you find out which is the winning offer? Well, you need to calculate your gross margin by your conversion rate, and you want to be optimizing for profit per visitor. So to calculate this, it's pretty simple. Like one, you can just, if you want to calculate it in a Google sheet, you can use this formula here, which is basically just calculating your profit per order, calculating your conversion rate on that offer, and then you calculate your profit per site visitor. Or you can just use some software like two that are really good are Intelligems, which is a Shopify app, and also Elevate A/B testing. I use Elevate because it's just so much cheaper, and I think it does everything which Intelligems does. Like Intelligems is really expensive for what it is, so I always tell people use Elevate A/B testing, I believe it's called in Shopify. Really good, and you can basically set up like the two offers in Elevate, and like you can say you're optimizing for profit per website visitor to find your winning offer and to give you more room to scale, so you can make loads of money. And you can get trophies, lots of them, and yeah, live a sick life. So yeah, again, like why is this important? Like what can AOV, like what is the power of AOV to your dropshipping store? Well, as I just talked about on these two offers here, like offer A and offer B, like offer A gives you a £15 gross margin, whereas offer B gives you a £40 gross margin. So let's just say in this like fixed world, it costs like £5 to like show your ad to like the audience you're looking to show them to. Well, if you had the £15 gross margin, you can basically show each person 3 ads to get them down your funnel, to get them to make a purchase. Where if you had on average a £40 gross margin, like now you can afford to show that customer 8 ads. Like, so you can show you can hit the target avatar with so many more ads to convince them that like your solution or your product is the best for their problem which they're facing. And like, think how much more convincing you can do that your solution or your product is the best like option for them when you have so much more budget and so many more ads to hit them with. Because like marketing is persuasion and convincing. Like you're persuading and convincing people that you can solve their problem, and you can solve their problem better than any other solution or product on the market. So you can persuade and convince people with way more ads at profitable CAC if you have this way higher gross margin. And yeah, like at low scale, like if you're just doing a few K a day, you can catch low hanging fruit, people that are like most aware or product aware. But if you're doing high scale, like multi 6 figs, like 7 figs, 8 figs, like you need, there's not enough people in this audience of like product aware, most aware. You need to start hitting people in the solution aware, problem aware, like awareness stages of the market. And they require more convincing to like come down the funnel. You can watch my previous video, like how I make 100k ads, to understand this, where you're trying to move people down the funnel, and the more, like the higher the gross margin you have, as I've just shown you, the more ads you can show to each person, and the more you can convince them that, say, your product is the right solution or product for their problem. Let me have a drink, because that's a lot of talking I've just done in 20 minutes. Right, I hope you haven't clicked off, because as good as that is, it's going to get even fucking better, mate. Because now we're going to talk about how even when you run these offers, like so buy one get one free, quantity breaks, free gifts, like that's not just offer is also price, your shipping, and then you have upsells as well. And because I'm so nice, boys, I'm going to talk you through each of these, and again how you can use them to increase your gross margin even more, to make more money and get more Shopify trophies and live a sick life. So on price, like you never ever want to compete on price with your competition. Like you always want to come across as the premium luxury branded option. And like when I'm testing a product, I'd always just run it probably at like 3 or 4x cost of goods, just to like validate that there is buy and demand for that product. But as soon as you have validation that like, okay, this product can work, it can be scaled, like you need to be looking at how you can market yourself as like the premium luxury branded option. Because like all of your audience, they'll have bought off like a social media ad before, they'll have bought off Amazon before, and Amazon is basically just like drop shipping with stock. Like Amazon FBA is just people buying like large quantities of stock from China, putting it in a warehouse in America or the UK, like selling the products really cheap to basically get higher up on the like search listing with good reviews, and then they bump the price up to make all their money once they're at the top of like the search page for, I don't know, like fucking pimple patches. Like as soon as they're at the top of the page, then they'll run the price up. And yeah, they'll sell poor quality products. So yeah, people have been burned a lot in the past by either dropship products on social media or of Amazon products, which are just like cheap, tacky, like Chinese stuff. So like people want to have like a quality product where like they actually feel like it solved the problem, which they have, and they're really happy with the solution you've given them. And you can, this means that like you don't need to compete on price and be the cheapest option in the market. That's a really crap way to say like have a good margin, and those businesses are just like horrible businesses to run. You want to, yeah, as I've said, like come across as like the premium luxury branded option, and you can do this with like your creatives, your landing page, your product images are a huge one. Like we're just having like better quality product photos, because you think like when you buy, like think of like something you bought on Amazon or anything, like the photos are so important when you like see it looking nice. Like if you're going to buy a necklace, like if there was just some like AliExpress like white background necklace, or like a necklace and it was on a model, and she's on like a nice like beach in the Maldives or something, like you're going to assume that that's like the better quality necklace, even though it's probably the same necklace or a very similar one. It just comes across like so much more premium. And now with AI, like you can do that very, very easily, or get a product shoot done. Like I've done that before. You can get them done in Asia for like a fairly decent price, to be honest. But yeah, with your creatives, with your landing page, like justifying the price, so you can compare your product to actually like more expensive products, to like price, for like price justification. So like say you were selling like a beauty product, you compare it to like plastic surgery, or like say you were selling like a knee brace, you would compare it to surgery. Like, or say I remember seeing these like ear, what are they even called, like hearing aids were getting run up so hard like last year, and yeah, they were comparing them to like professional hearing aids, and like how the medical industry charges like a 20x markup. We offer like fair alternative prices. So even though their gross is like insane for like Chinese hearing aids, like they're comparing it to like the more expensive solutions. Like they're still justifying their price as like a bargain compared to other solutions. Custom packaging is also huge as well, and again so cheap to get it done. Like if you're selling jewelry, like the cost to get like nice boxes and bags and show these in your creatives, like how happy people are, like how pleasant the unboxing experience is, because that's a big emotional driver for people as well. Like it's not just the product, it's like the experience of receiving your product, like how nice it is, like a nice like handwritten note, like expressing your appreciation and giving a discount on your next order. Like the whole packaging experience being really nice for your customers is huge, and gives you a lot of leverage to charge more as well. So yeah, price is huge. Like don't just think you need to just charge like as cheap as possible. Like you can charge whatever you can get away with basically. And yeah, you always want to charge as much as possible to get this gross margin up, because if you can run like a product with like a break-even ROAS of like 1.1 or 1.2, you're so profitable on like a 1.8 ROAS. Whereas if you're running a product and like it's only a 2x markup or like a 3x markup, like, and you have like a 1.5 or like even like a 1.82 ROAS, your ad spend has to be so profitable, and to do that at large scale is really, really tough. Like you want to be in a position where you can scale like multi 6 figs, like multi 7 fig months on like a 2 ROAS, and like you're happy with that. Like these people over here which are running, say like the big brands which you look up to, like they're running on like a 1.4 or even like a 1.2 ROAS because their LTV is so good, or their offer's so good on their first purchase. Okay, so that's price. Something which I think is so underrated and I think so neglected is shipping. Like It's just like taken as a forgiven that you need to offer free shipping, because otherwise it will mess up your conversion rate. Like, I've honestly seen the complete opposite. Like, I don't think charging, I think people expect like they will be paying a bit for shipping the product because they know it costs money to ship the product. And this is literally the easiest upsell you can ever do, and it's just free money in your pocket. So again, when I'm testing, I'd run free shipping because you have a very low sample size of people on your page. And like, if you think like if you were doing like 100 orders a day, the difference between getting like 95 orders a day and 100 orders a day isn't a lot on your return on ad spend. Whereas if you're testing and you get 1 order or 6 orders, like that's a big difference, and that's going to give you a lot more or a lot less confidence in like how good the test is looking, and like your decisions on like what you want to do with your ad spend, the way you want to double down on like iterating creatives. So I'd charge free shipping on a test, but again, once I have validation, I know this product works, I know there's demand for it, I know that I can scale it. Like, charging shipping is the easiest way you can do in drop shipping to like boost your AOV and also bring down your break-even ROAS. So like, yeah, like, because in a small sample size when you're testing, like, yeah, okay, there might be some people who drop off because shipping's not free, but even then, and that's why I do free on the test, but even then it's like, okay, they get to checkout to find out that you charge for shipping, and like you still capture their email, and then you can capture them in your email flows, offering them like 10% off their order, which like counter. So like, say you're selling something for like £40 and shipping was £4, right? And they're like, oh, I don't want to pay the £4 extra, I'm super price sensitive. Well, they get to checkout, they find out that it's £4 shipping. You capture their email in your like email flows, your welcome flow. You offer them a 10% discount off their first order, and then boom, their order's £36. They pay the £4 shipping, and it's £40. So you still capture them anyway. So yeah, it's just a no-brainer to charge shipping basically. And again, I'm going to show this with numbers so you can really process this in your head, like what a difference this can make to your business. And we're going to go back to shapewear. So if you were selling shapewear for £20 or $19.99, and your cogs, like, yeah, to like source the product, ship it to the customer, £6 per unit, and then you have like a 3% processing fee like for Shopify payments. If you're going to charge $3.49 shipping, which is very likely at scale going to have no difference whatsoever on your conversion rate, your margin goes from 67% to 77%, like just that one change. And your break-even ROAS goes down from 1.51 to 1.3. If you charge like, again, like $4.49 shipping, which is like very normal for brands to do, your margin is going to go from 67% to 79%, and you just brought your break-even ROAS down to like 1.26. So just that one small change can literally be the difference between losing money on the front end and being profitable. Like, a lot of people will give up tests because, yeah, okay, the ROAS isn't crazy, it's like 1.3, but like, you've just started, you have like no idea like the optimizations you can make this funnel, like in your creatives, in your targeting, in your copy, in your upsells, in your offer. Like, people will cut tests on a like 1.3 ROAS, where it's like, if you just did what I talked about, like, you're profitable on a 1.3. Like, okay, it's basically break even, but break even is a great position to be in because now you have like unlimited rolls of the dice where you can test new creatives and you can test new offers to see what brings that ROAS up, and you're not losing money. And yeah, like, no one that actually wants the product is gonna like not get it for £3 or £4. Like, if they want it, they want it. And like I said, if they're that price sensitive, you're very likely just going to capture them in your email flows anyway, when you either offer discounts and campaigns or, yeah, in your welcome flow. So just from my experience, I would usually charge like £3 or £4 shipping for the UK. We've tested this quite a bit, and like that tends to be the sweet spot for the UK. UK are a bit more price sensitive than the USA. Usually in the USA, like, we've charged $5, but on one store I even charged $10, and it literally didn't change conversion rate at all. So it's a free $10 in your pocket every time. And if you're doing hundreds of orders a day, we're talking like thousands a day extra in free money. And then like just one more thing on shipping, like, yeah, you can run like paid shipping, and then you can run like priority shipping, like fast process shipping, express shipping, shipping insurance for like double the price compared to your standard shipping. And again, it's just free money. So yeah, again on shipping, like, because again, if you're still worried and you're still like, oh, but Dan, like, what if it boosts my conversion rate? What if it lowers my conversion rate? I tried charging shipping and conversion rate just dropped off a cliff. Well, again, like, you just go on like a lot of ecom stores, and like the shipping option, if you actually go down the funnel, and I do this quite a lot, it would just be like standard shipping, or the most common one actually is just free shipping, like what they call the shipping. But I learned this trick off a guy on Twitter who I talked about in my previous video, and I've just given him credit here, Jacob. But like, to boost your conversion rate on your shipping, like, you should name your shipping as like the last mile carrier in each geolocation. So if you go into like a tracking app, like I use track 123, but maybe you use like track 17 or whatever your supplier uses to, like, so customers can see where their order is. Like, you should go in each location and see which courier is actually delivering the product to them. So like in the UK, it'll be Royal Mail maybe, or Every. I'd recommend using Royal Mail, not Every. In the US, like USPS. In Australia, Australia Post, whatever. And tell people this, like, you're charging $3.49 for Royal Mail track shipping. That's going to give them so much more confidence and clarity than them just seeing standard shipping or free shipping. And the same in all these countries. Like, it just promotes so much trust. And if you don't believe me, and like right now you're like running free shipping, you can do this, like basically pull the Shopify report like for sessions by location. Check, like, look at your checkout conversion rate metric, and like look at the markets where like you have like a high add to cart rate or a high checkout rate, initiate checkout rate, but a lower like checkout completed or like purchase rate. And yeah, like, I would say like you should be like, at least half your checkouts should be converting. If not, like, you have a big problem and something's probably wrong. But yeah, like, look up the last tracking mile to see which courier is being used. Basically just create a shipping profile in Shopify for that country. Change the shipping rate description, like I talk about here. Use for like each country. If you're selling to EU, then you'd use like the German one or the French one. I mostly just run top 5, so like these are the top 5 countries, like last mile carriers we use. So I pulled it in for you boys, and yeah, I guarantee basically it has no impact on your CVR. You make a load of extra money from shipping. It has a really good impact on your break-even ROAS. Your gross margin is even better, so you have even more room to scale. You can show people more ads. You can convince them that your product is the best solution for them, and you can scale way higher. Okay, and then finally we're going to talk about like post-purchase upsells and in-cart upsells. So really, there's like 3 types of upsells you can use, like either in your cart or post-purchase. Firstly, you can offer like more of the same product. Secondly, you can offer complementary products. And third, this is like super source. You can solve a new problem solved by your front end problem. So let's go into this, because this is fucking valuable and I've not seen anyone talk about this. So you're welcome, lads. So yeah, first of all, more of the same. So like, yeah, this works like really well in cart for like if you're selling apparel, like clothing, t-shirts, jewelry. And then post purchase, it works really well for like beauty and health supplements. So on health supplements, like on Space Goods, if they were selling like, they're running their traffic to this, like, yeah, like their mushroom coffee blend, and it will be, yeah, it's like 30 servings, and like post purchase they could run like an extra 30 servings for half the price, because they've already acquired the customer, they've already paid for their CAC, like everything extra is just their COGS minus their AOV. So you have like a way better gross margin on your post-purchase upsell. I wouldn't run that in cart if I was running health and supplements, but post-purchase, 100%. You could offer like a 60-day serving or a 90-day serving at a way bigger discount, because like I said, you've already paid to acquire this customer. The upsell is literally just free money. It's free gross margin, like for your business. Like second of all, more of the same as well. I think like Hey Shape do this, I believe. Like let me just add one of their bodysuits to cart and see what products they offer. So like the desire here is to have like a more snatched silhouette, and you can see they're offering products which offer the exact same solution. So all of these products are going to give like the buying avatar like a better body, a more sexy body, a more snatched silhouette, like a more perkier bum, which is why they're buying this bodysuit. So they've literally done this. Like they know their avatar, they know what their avatar desires, and they're offering them more solutions to solve the problem which they're facing. Okay, and they're offering it discounted, like I said, because you're already acquiring the customer, you've already paid for your CPA. This is just free gross margin on top. That's more of the same. Complementary products are products which can be used with your main hero product. So like if you think Apple, like everyone will understand Apple's ecosystem, e.g. your AirPods like complement your iPhone, they go together perfectly. Or if you go back to space goods, mushroom coffee, like what can you use with the coffee? You can have a mug, you can have a flask, you can have stirrers. And if you go on their product page, like they offer all of this. Like look, $20 for a mug, 19 pounds for a frother, spoons, like fucking cups, all of that. Just easy upsells, like products which complement your main product. So do some thinking, put your thinking cap on. Think of products which work really well with your product. Like an example again is a DVD player goes with a DVD. Okay, so yeah, these products give you greater utility from your purchase of the main hero product, so you enjoy using it more. And Kitty Spout do this in their like product, like bundling. Like the filters complement the water fountain because it's going to mean that the water's like a higher quality, so it like promotes your cat health better. Okay, because you're keeping the water clean through these filters. Super good complementary product. And finally, we have you can solve the new problem solved by your front end problem. So this is probably the best way to make free money in ecom. Okay, so your customer has a problem, they come to you, you're the best solution, you're the best product for their problem. But everyone has problems don't go away. When they buy your product and their like front end problem is faced, they're now like faced with a new problem. Everyone always has problems. So the best example for this is weight loss. So imagine someone who's fat, okay? Think of the fattest guy you know from school, like in cross country, he'd struggle to get around the course. He'd be like, you see him like walking, like he like hates sports day because it'd be so embarrassing. And yeah, you offer him a solution like, oh, like Mikey, you can lose weight using our supplement, using our like fat burning supplement. Like as soon as he's like convinced by it, your marketing does really well, you target his problems, his insecurities, like his like desired outcome. But the thing that he probably fears the most when he buys your products, because like now he's going to lose the weight, is putting the weight back on. Like, okay, yeah, you've given him this solution that he can like lose weight, but how does he keep the weight off? How does he keep in that desired outcome state? And like imagine the pain he would feel if he just like lost like 10-20 kg and put it all back on and became fat, and like he was so excited for sports day because at Christmas he was really skinny, but then when summer comes around again, like he's just a fat, I don't want to get demonetized, he's really overweight, really plus size, really curvy, really beautiful, really empowered. So yeah, you could sell Mikey another supplement that helps him keep off the weight. So yeah, these upsells, like you can't always get them to work. You think like for mushroom coffee, like it's not really applicable, that's why they use complementary products. But if you have a product which this applies to, like these are probably the best kind of upsells to do in cart or post purchase, especially post purchase, because you can run them post purchase to like a new lander basically, which like uncovers like all the pain and insecurities they feel by this new problem they're facing. And yeah, I'll give you boys a few more examples because I'm so nice. Like you think of a gym's ecosystem, like a gym will have a cafe and offer protein shake, because like your problem is that you need to exercise, you use the gym to exercise, new problem, you're hungry, you need protein to recover and grow your big old muscles. So they'll sell you protein shakes, they'll sell you healthy food in their cafe, and they upsold you and they boosted their customer AOV. Another great example, if you're from the UK, if you're from the US, I don't know if they have this, but like Foot Locker will sell Crep Protect. So like you buy your Jordans, man, like your dream shoes, like you're so excited because you're finally gonna get a girlfriend because you've got some good shoes. Like the problem which you're gonna face now is that like you don't want them to get dirty and tarnished and creased. So Crep Protect like solves that new problem you have. Like, so you go and spend another £10 because you want your shoes to stay in like a really pristine state and stay in that desired outcome. And the final example for you boys is probably the best one because I've got the landing page for it, and this is Obvi. So Obvi are like a multi-100 million pound brand, and like their main hero SKU is like a fat loss supplement, and like now they're running people to this like bundle page where it's like a collection of 3 supplements, whereas like one supplement helps you burn fat quicker, one supplement helps you suppress your appetite, so that's the new problem. You've lost the weight, how do you keep the weight off? Oh, well, we have another supplement which helps you suppress your appetite, and have another supplement which helps you sleep better, because if you sleep better, you're going to have a better metabolism and again keep the weight off. You can see that in that product page here, their Burn Box bundle. Yeah, they've got the 3 supplements here, I believe. So they've got Energy and Focus AM, which basically gives you like caffeine and energy in the morning to power your energy without a crash. Appetite and Craving Control to help you support your blood sugar balance and reduce your snacking urges, so that's the appetite suppressant. And then in the evening you take this ashwagandha mix, which is going to help you relax your body, sleep better. So literally all the way around the clock you're burning fat, you're in a calorie deficit, and most importantly you're going to keep the weight off, keeping that customer in that desired outcome. So yeah, that's the Miro board, boys. Hopefully you found that super useful. I can do another video on lifetime value because this is sort of a different game. Yeah, it's a different game completely, because like here you want to like basically make the like buying experience as like pleasant as possible for your customers. Like you want to reduce friction so much so like they keep their subscription or they keep buying from you. So like what I said about shipping, like if you're like a first order profitable brand, charging shipping's a no-brainer. Whereas like you will see these brands like Space Goods, they offer free shipping because you think like if each time you get your mushroom coffee delivered you have to pay for shipping as well. That's friction. It makes your customer experience less pleasant, less enjoyable, so you're more likely to cancel your subscription. So lifetime value is a completely different game, and for the 2 people that comment on this, maybe they want me to go through this, I can do, but like again, if you haven't done like 7 figs plus, like don't worry about this. Get some money in the bank, make some cold friendly offers, get some money. Yeah, if you want to get this Miro board off me, I'll link my Instagram in the description. If you message me the word, because I want to make sure you watch to the end of the video, if you message me the word shipping, then I'll send you a link to this Miro board. Super randomly inspired. And yeah, hopefully you found it useful, boys. If you found it useful, please like, please comment. I always like seeing the comments, so the comments mean the most. Subscribe, because every week I'm going to be putting out value like this for the boys. And yeah, thanks for watching. Have a good rest of your day, boys. Bosh.